Hashtag feed your skills. Hashtag let's learn and grow together. Hello world, a wonderful day to all of you. This is another live session of Free International webinar brought to you by the Institute of Global Professionals or IGP. Welcome everyone. I'm your host for this session. My name is Marbeth, a global member of IGP from the Philippines. It is my distinct honor to be your host for this session. I'm so excited for this occasion that we can convene virtually through this international free webinar brought to us by the Institute of Global Professionals or IGP. It is my pleasure to be with you once again in this virtual event. This event is another opportunity for learning and another milestone of growing for all of us. I'm proud to tell you that every day many new participants are joining with us. I would like to welcome all the new participants to IGP's global family. With this, I feel obliged to give you a little background about IGP. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institution which provides social work. We believe that it is not effective to increase one's skills by just acquiring formal education. In accordance with IGP's mission, that is to empower people and hone their skills, we provide trainings and consultations to generate a proficient generation through webinars, trainings, offline and online courses with highly competitive speakers and best and well-trained coaches that is from all across the globe so that we can cater you with the best learning platform. I'm proud to inform you that IGP is an ISO training and education institute. We are internationally recognized and globally accredited. And also, did you know that IGP is an award-winning institute with multiple records of engaging e-learning platform? Yes, IGP is your trusted platform to learn new things from the global leading leaders. We are the leading online skill development institution with thousands of learners worldwide. Most importantly, IGP is committed to serve. IGP is bringing the community of professionals to grow together and learn from each other. Here in IGP, learning never stops. We wish that you remain with us in this endeavor. I hope that everyone will stay with us until the end of the program because we have a lot of things in store for you today. Here in IGP webinars, you will not just listen to our speakers, but we appreciate your active engagement in the comment section. We encourage your participation in the live quiz competition and we ask for your interaction in the Q&A part of the program. In our live quiz competition, the top 10 participants will receive the quiz completion certificate that is right after this live event. It will be posted few minutes after this event in IGP's official Facebook page so that it will be ready for you to download. After which is the Q&A part where everyone will have the chance to interact with our speaker by sending in your question in the comment box. And during our live show, there will be questions that will be displayed on your screen. This will keep you engaged all throughout the duration of the webinar. Simply send your idea or your opinion in the comment section below. Every day during our live session, we award certificate of lifetime membership to the most active and enthusiastic participant. So what are you waiting for? Share this live event to your friends and to your communities or in other social media forums such as LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Write comment and feedback in the comment section. Who knows, you could be the next recipient of IGP's Certificate of Lifetime Membership. And please be informed that e-certificate soft copy of this webinar will be provided to all the active participants. Before the end of the program, I will give you the certification code together with the certification process on how you can auto-download your e-certificate. With this, everybody is encouraged to stay with us until the end of the program. Here in IGP International Webinar, lots of exciting things awaits us. I'm sure that all of us will have many takeaways and payoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. I am so honored to welcome all of you to the Institute of Global Professionals Free International Webinar. Once again, I am Marbeth, a call volunteer of IGP from the Philippines. I'm so privileged to host today's webinar. With this, I would like to say let's watch together and learn together. We believe that the power is gained by sharing knowledge, not by hoarding it. And as of this afternoon, we have already completed 944 webinars in various topics of their interest, and these are available on our website, that is www.eduigp.com. Again, that is www.eduigp.com. Feel free to access them anytime. You may also check all recorded webinars anytime on our Facebook page, Facebook group, and YouTube channel. And we expect that you are getting a little bit benefited both in your personal and professional life in all with all of this. From time to time, you may like, share, tag your friends, and write comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe in our YouTube channel and join our Facebook page and Facebook group. Give a review on our Facebook page. To those who are with us in the YouTube channel, make sure to click the bell button below to be notified with our live streaming every day. It is my humble request for all of you to support us by spreading the news about IGP's free international webinar to your friends and to your community. This is the only way we can give back or show our appreciation to IGP. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And before proceeding to our program proper, allow me to greet some of our active participants here. I would like to say hello to Marian Pakyaya. She is our early bird today, together with Sir Alex Javier Alvarez. Hello, Sir Alex. And Sir Dennis Serso is with us. He is our CSR team helping us in the comment section below. Gloria, Gloria Vicente, hi. So we also have here Ma'am Evelyn Maperi. And who else we have? So Agustina Tanim. We have also, who else we have? We have so many participants, but some I could not read some of the names because you did not allow StreamYard to show your name. You did not permit StreamYard to do so. Nagla Hana, hello. Ronabel Hoxon, hello. Rosalinda C. Salvicho, Altea, Tao Tao, Estrares, hi. Girly Cebuana, thank you, Miss Antea, for mentioning your friends in the comment section below. Hello to Girly Cebuano again. And Alita Kitor Villanueva. Floranmante Salvijo. Carlos Noel Opancho. Sonam. Choi Pale. Antea. Okay. Again, Millet Arbs. Flomi Salvijo is with us, Carlos Noel Opanto, and Millet Arbs. Hello, everyone. Welcome to IGP. This is another day of learning for all of us. And before proceeding with our program, I would like to request everyone, please click the share button below. Share this live event in your newsfeed. And then let me know in the comment section if you did already. Okay? Thank you, Sir Sonam. Guys, utilize the comment section for your questions and your feedback. Share us how IGP is being helpful to you and how IGP is being beneficial to you. Also don't hesitate to ask questions. Happy learning, everyone. So without further ado, let's start the program with the IGP's mantra. Feed your skills, innovate, inspire, impact. For today, I am presenting webinar number 945 on empowering mental health. Indeed, we are privileged today to have an eminent speaker from the Philippines. She is a psychology and values major, a life coach, and an author. Let's welcome her with virtual round of applause, Ma'am Jocelyn B. Pundavela.
Is my
Hello,
slide
ma'am.
ready, ma'am?
Not yet.
Is not yet, ma'am?
Yes, please share your. Are you sharing your slide now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's just add. You can also say something about yourself before proceeding with the presentation, and let's allow Circum Rule to share your slide.
Yes, ma'am. Just remind me if my audio is not clear and my slide, ma'am.
Yes, I will. Can we share
I
the
can see.
presentation now, Circum Rule?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think he's working on it.
Okay. Just give me a clue, ma'am. A sign, because I can see your comment. I have here the whole slides in my laptop. I
Okay.
can see any comment, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello, Circum Rule. Kindly share the slide. Are you sharing it, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Is
I
it
can
working,
see.
ma'am?
I can see your slide.
Okay, wait.
Share your screen, please, ma'am. Maybe there is a network issue in our speaker's side.
Yes, I can see that, Circum Rule. Because it's a stormy day here in the Philippines today, the whole day since yesterday, I think, and then we're expecting it for 3 days.
For 3 days.
Yeah.
Our speaker left the platform. Maybe she joined in some time.
Okay, let's just, for the meantime, allow me to read some of the comments. Warm greetings from Bhutan, from Dawa Churing. Hello. Okay. Good evening to Clade May Sarna and also Gabuko Ira May. Okay, ma'am. Welcome
Okay, ma'am.
back.
Yes, ma'am. Let me share again my slides.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sir Millet Arbs, for
Okay. Is it working,
mentioning your
ma'am?
friends. Yes, I can see it now.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
I think you're good to go. The audience is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Okay, before I start, let us pray, everyone and the platform. I would like to start our session with a prayer. So everybody, everyone out there, Heavenly Father, thank you for being an overcoming God. I know I can take heart because you have overcome the world. Empower me to rise above my circumstances. Help me cast my anxiety on you because you care for me. Give me your power to overcome. May I always remember your promise to be with me. Lord, touch my heart, my mind, and my whole being and heal me. Lord, in times that I do not know what to do, be my assurance. Lord, when I'm doubt, be my certainty. Give me self-confidence and deepen my trust in you. May you lead and guide my heart. I surrender everything to you. Thank you for giving me the victory. This we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. So I'm your resource speaker for today. Okay. So good evening from the Philippines. And for some, good afternoon. And for some, a pleasant morning. World, hello. I am Jocelyn Pundovela, your research speaker for today. Actually, this is not the first time I've been on this platform. Or should I say, this is my favorite platform to speak and share my expertise. Of course, thank you, IGP and Sir Kaushik, for the opportunity. As according to Mom, I am a life coach and trainer with a strong leadership background. So I am committed to helping others to manage change and transition in their lives. I work with way back years back corporate government and team coaching and development. So I am a professor, instructor. Of course, I am a licensed professional teacher and a registered psychometrician. As you've heard a while ago, I'm an author, a writer, a youth formator, and of course, a guidance coordinator. I hope I suffice my credibility as your speaker for today. Sorry. So for today, I was tasked to discuss and to enlighten you about mental health. How are we going to empower our mental health? Of course, the purpose of this webinar is actually the following. No? One, understand the concepts of mental health. Another one is appreciate that mental health and well-being are essential to one's life. And another one, achieve psychological well-being and improve mental health. Okay, what are the facts in mental health actually? We're focusing nowadays on stress. Of course, stress is something we all experience. It is a normal reaction actually. So it happens to us all in the situation we find stressful. At times of threat and uncertainty, or when we have taking and too much, stress can be useful in some other ways and can improve your performance, like a football player or a footballer before a match, or going for a job interview or speaking in public. Most often, when feeling stressed, we are unaware of what is happening and can feel more stressed because we don't understand the strange sensations we feel in our bodies. We can quickly feel overwhelmed. So, by taking a step back and becoming more curious about what is happening both in our bodies and in our minds, we can begin to recognize the signs of stress sooner and, of course, learn of reverting the feeling of being overwhelmed. And then, when we are experiencing stress, sometimes we can notice where we feel it in our bodies. Most often, people describe a sensation of, butterflies in their stomach, shortness of breathing, a tingling of self feeling in their fingers, or a need to go to the loo, and tension in their head and neck areas. These are normal responses, actually, and there are only a few ways in which our bodies respond to stress. Those are facts in mental health. How about myths in mental health? The wrong notions of understanding mental health, and specifically the stress. Myth number one, stress is the same for everyone. This is not true, actually. We don't all experience stress the same way. Remember that. It's different for everybody. You may be stressed out by a high pressure job while your coworker thrives on it. And for myth number two, stress is always bad for you. While we might think that no stress would lead to happiness and health, it's not actually true rather. Stress itself, especially little stress, keeps life in balance. While what's important is how we manage it. Again, what's important is how we manage it. When we handle it well, we are productive and happy. Mismanage it, and we may fail or become even more stressed. And that's true. Of course, another myth is stress is everywhere. You can't do anything about it. Stress is everywhere. You cannot do anything about it. Well, it's really true that stress is all around us, but you can plan your life so you're not overwhelmed by it. An effective strategy is to set priorities and work on solving simple, problem first before tackling complex challenges. So when we succumb to stress, it's hard to prioritize because all problems seem equally troubling. Okay, so for our myth number 4, the most popular, stress reducing technique are the best according to myth and mental health. Again, this is not true. Although popular magazines may claim to have the answers, no universally effective stress reduction techniques exist. We all have different lives, situations, and reactions. A comprehensive stress management program tailored to our unique needs will work best. And don't overlook self help books. Many offer successful stress management techniques, which can help, of course, which can help if you follow the program faithfully. For myth number 5, we have no symptoms, no stress. No symptoms, no stress. Just because you don't have symptoms doesn't mean you are not experiencing stress. And if you're masking your symptoms with medication, you may miss the signals you need to reduce the strain on your physiological and psychological systems. So even though stress is a psychological effect, chances are you'll experience it in a physical way. Common physical signs includes, of course, feeling anxious, run down, or short of breathing, or short of breath, feeling overwhelmed, disorganized, and having difficulty concentrating are frequent mental signs of stress. And for myth number 6, only major stress symptoms require attention. Only major stress symptoms require attention. Of course, minor symptoms like headaches or stomach acid are early warnings that your life is getting out of hand and should not be ignored. Don't wait for major stress symptoms such as heart attack, or it may be too late. Making lifestyle changes like more exercise or a healthier diet will pay big benefits in time and, of course, your money. Okay. So moving on, I would like to give this to you. While I'm talking, you just ask yourselves, what does mental wellness mean to you? Again, what does mental wellness mean to you? As we go on the slide, what is mental health? It is the way your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors affect your life. So good mental health leads to positive self-image and in turn satisfying relationship with friends and others. That's good mental health. Having good mental health helps you make good decisions and deal with life's challenges at home, in your work, or in the school. I have here another concept that you're going to think of while I'm talking to you. So you are sitting there, you are listening. Uh, I would like to request everybody that this is just a rare occasion that we will talk about, how are we going to empower mental health by analyzing ourselves. The question now is, are you really okay? Or as simple as, what is the status of your mental health now? Are you really happy? Okay, I just want to leave this question to you while I'm continue discussing the topic. Okay, so moving on. This is what we call the mantra actually of a human being after pandemic, or as of the moment we are not yet overcome the zero pandemic, free from pandemic. We have this what we call the hashtag mantra, you are valid. There are things throughout our lives, we can cause us stress. We learn from past experiences, either helpful or unhelpful coping skills or coping mechanisms. Unhelpful coping skills can stay with us until we challenge them and develop more helpful ways of coping. Examples of major life events which can cause stress. Oh, number one, we have leaving school. At times, we have changes in mind of, uh, I want to finish this in this course or this college or high school and one school, and then uh, change to another school. Then death of someone close. We have also end of a relationship, moving to a new house, becoming a parent, or becoming what else? Child leaving home, or moving or losing a job, ill health, or the ill health of someone close to us. But still, um, I just want you to remember, or this is just a gentle reminder that whatever circumstances, we are all valid. Again, we are all valid. So hashtag you are valid. So remember that. Okay, there's another mantra of mental health. Okay, so our physical, mental, financial, spiritual, emotional. The hashtag keep safe, hashtag keep sane. Actually, this is a movement. This is one of the main goals why we have this webinar. Hashtag keep safe, hashtag keep sane. As we are fighting our, of course, our own battle to stay healthy in this pandemic, some of us almost forgotten the importance of our own sanity. Most of us, our stress due to uh, bills, credit cards, work stability, financial crisis. And though we are trying to stay physically fit, many of us are fighting our battles. So as we are drinking, let's say, vitamins and eating healthy food, we must also need our minds with. We are also we must also feed our minds rather with healthy thoughts. Hashtag keep safe. Hashtag keep sane. Moving on. So we have our physical health. Okay. So we have our mental health. Okay. It is said that physical health and mental health is fundamentally linked. A clear distinction is often made between mind and body. But when considering mental health and physical health, the two should not be thought of as separate. Excuse. For physical health can lead to an increased risk of developing mental health problems. Problems with physical health, such as chronic diseases, can have a serious impact on mental health and decrease a person's ability to participate in treatment and recovery. So, in other words, poor mental health is a risk factor for chronic physical conditions. People with serious mental health conditions rather are at high risk of experiencing chronic physical conditions. People with chronic physical conditions are at risk of developing, poor mental health. According to World Health Organization (WHO), there is no health without mental health. So the World Health Organization defines health as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the essence of disease or infirmity. The World Health Organization states that there is no health without mental health. Remember that. Now, this is another question for you to, to reflect on. Do we really understand what anxiety means? Do we really understand what anxiety means? Okay, I would like to give you some tweets. Okay. We said earlier that, mental health is as important as physical health, and that there is no health without mental health from World Health Organizations. Now look at the tweets of some people. Some of us are very expressive about how we feel. That's okay. We must use actually social media responsibly because it is important to provide facts, especially when using terms. Inclined to mental health such as anxiety and depression. Uh, Look at the tweets. This is how they started. Okay. So let us more about these two, the anxiety and depression. Okay. As I have said, do we really understand what anxiety means? So what is anxiety now? This is a common emotions when dealing with daily stresses and problems. But when these emotions are persistent, excessive, and irrational, and affect a person's ability to function, anxiety becomes a disorder. So anxiety is, common occurrence in today's society, and often this is a reaction to a stressor. Example of that is as a stressful situations, financially troubles, and the like. Anxiety can be more commonly reorganized or recognized as the angst or worry about something. Although often the subject is not actually aware of what the stressor is and just generally feels a sense of dread or what we call fear or panic. In some subjects, anxiety can manifest itself in the form of panic attacks. So there are different types of anxiety disorders. So we have phobias, panic and stress disorders, and the common obsessive compulsive disorder. Stress is our response to threat. Again, sorry. Stress is our response to threat, while anxiety is our response to stress. Uh, to continue to enlighten you of the term anxiety, we have there in the tweets the anxiety disorder. This is refers to specific psychiatric disorders that involve extreme fear or worry, and includes generalized anxiety disorder or what we call the GAD, panic disorder and panic attacks. We have also agoraphobia included in the anxiety disorder. So we have also society anxiety, so social anxiety disorder rather. We have also selective mutism. We have separation anxiety, and we have specific phobias. Okay, we will go on discussing that in the next slides. Okay, so I'm talking about anxiety a while ago. Now, let us dig deeper on the stress. Know what is stress actually? Stress is a response to a threat in a situation, as I have said. And then to clarify things, anxiety is a reaction to stress. Again, stress is a response to a threat in a situation, and anxiety is a reaction to stress. Generally, stress as a response to external cause, such as a tight deadline at work or having an argument with a friend and subsides once the situation has been resolved. Because stress is caused by external factors, tackling this head on can help. If you're experiencing prolonged chronic stress, there are many ways to, manage and reduce your symptoms, including physical activity, breathing exercises, adequate sleep, and taking time to connect with others. While anxiety is a person's specific reaction to a stress, its origin is internal. So if stress is external, anxiety is internal. Anxiety is typically characterized by a what we call persistent feeling of apprehension or dread. So in situations that are not actually threatening. Unlike stress, anxiety persists every after a concern has passed. In more severe cases, anxiety can escalate into an anxiety disorder or the most common mental health issue in the United States. Anxiety disorders are classified in a variety of ways, like generalized anxiety that we're going to discuss in the next slides, panic disorder, phobias, social anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder, or what we call the PTSD, the common one. Okay, so moving on. Okay, when we have the feeling of anxiety, this is how. If anxiety attacks, that threatens the future. If the depression, the issue is what? The past. Okay. So and anxiety is what looking for and worrying about future. While depression has something to do with our pasts. That's really the fact, no, of understanding mental health. Okay, so I'm talking about phobia that has something to do with fear or fear versus phobia. Just to have a clarification on this, the difference, I think this is the difference between fear versus phobia, just to make a gist of the classification actually. Fear is a common feeling experienced by everyone, while phobia, this is a form of anxiety disorder characterized by excessive and persistent fear of objects and situations which may not carry real threats. Again, fear can be felt by anyone when faced with an unknown or dangerous situations, while phobia will cause irrational fear that will consume most of your time and energy. Okay. Fear is also characterized by nervousness, anxiety, discomfort, and stress, while phobia can cause tachycardia, shortness of breathing breathe, dizziness, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or even panic attacks. Fear does not need medical intervention, while phobia needs medical health. Fear cannot be overcome by medical treatment, while phobia can be treated with cognitive behavioral therapy. I hope you can easily determine or differentiate the two. Okay? So there are six major types of anxiety disorder in order to understand how are we going to empower our mental health. As I've discussed earlier, we have separation anxiety disorder or what we call SEPANS. Actually, and the fear versus phobia, I would like to give an insight on fear on this is actually a natural emotions that protects people from harm when they face real real and imminent danger, while the phobia is an excessive fear or anxiety or anxiety related to specific objects or situations that are out of proportion to the actual danger they present, no. Okay, out of that we have six major types of anxiety, as I have said. Number one, the famous one, is the separation anxiety disorder, or what we call the sepangs. Separation anxiety disorder occurs when someone displays fear or anxiety that is inappropriate for being separated from a person, or what we call the excessive given. uh, their age and level of cognitive emotional development. That's separation anxiety. The other one is specific phobia or phobia. This is the result of fear or anxiety leads to several dysfunctional behaviors aimed at avoiding the situation or object in question. The person must display these behaviors as well as the excessive fear for at least 6 months. Okay. Of course, there are several different phobias recognized, the majority of which are actually present potentially threatening situations or objects such as snakes, spiders, or flying, being in enclosed spaces, etc. Okay, those are phobias. So those are example. Of course, we have so many phobias around the world. Okay. So number three, from the major types, we have social anxiety disorder or what we call the social phobia. To cut the to understand well the social anxiety disorder. This is the common social phobia. So social anxiety disorder is characterized by having an excessive anxiety or fear concerning at least one social situation where the person will be scrutinized or is examined by other people. So these situations can include things like being with unfamiliar people for the first time, being watched when one is eating, and of course performing in front of others, such as speaking also in public. That's one. So individuals with social anxiety disorder most often feel that they will be, humiliated because of these interactions and will typically avoid these situations. If forced to perform, they will generally do so under extreme pressure. That's social or what we call the social phobia. Okay, so panic disorder is another type of anxiety disorder wherein uh, this consists of two major features actually, experiencing recurrent unexpected panic attacks, no? Displaying for at least 1 month or no longer period or longer period, more than 1 month periods of excessive worrying about experiencing another attack and or engaging in maladaptive behaviors designed to avoid having future attacks. Additional to that, panic attacks are, extremely and intense periods of anxiety or fear that affect both the individual physical functioning, example, pounding heart, sweating, trembling sensations of choking or being unable to breathe, extreme nausea, dizziness, chills, chest pains, and others. Of course, we have emotional functioning, such as what? Feelings of, uh, feelings as if one is going crazy, feeling as if one is detached from reality. So, the sensation that one is detached from one's own body, fear of losing control, or fear of dying. That's another, and panic disorder. So we have agoraphobia, one of the anxiety disorder, consists of a fear or extreme anxiety about being in two or more different situations where one believes that they cannot escape. These situations include being in open agoraphobia, being in open spaces, being in a crowd, being outside of one's home alone, or being in some form of public transportation, being in some enclosed place, including stores, also in theaters, and so on and so forth. There are so many situations where you are experiencing agoraphobia. Again, agoraphobia consists of fear or extreme anxiety about being in two or more different situations. And last, we have last for our major types of anxiety disorder, we have the generalized anxiety disorder, or what we call the GAD. Okay, this general anxiety disorder is a disorder that is chronic, or what we call the prolonged, must occur most days, for at least 6 months, and represents, what do you call this? Represents a, excessive fear or anxiety or apprehension about many different types of events. People with GAD or general anxiety disorder are often considered to be worrywarts or neurotic or fearful, and that they just seem to worry about everything and are anxious about everything. What are the situations? So the situations include, these are the example: constant restlessness or feeling on edge, constant difficulties with concentrating or with attention, constantly what feeling fatigue, or uh, you feel what, you're tired very easily, you feel tired very easily, or constantly experiencing muscle tension, consistent expressions of irritability or restlessness, constantly experiencing problems with sleeping. So that's the situations, if you are experiencing generalized anxiety disorder. Okay. So as a while ago, I was able to discuss the one of the anxiety that we need to also consider outside, major types, no, of anxiety disorder, the selective mutism. If you remember, I've said that a while ago. This is a type of social anxiety in which young kids who talk normally with their family but do not speak in public, like at school. That is what we call selective mutism. So better, uh, remember that and watch, uh, try to find out if so happen you have this kind of student, or your children also. Of course, medication, and also medication induced anxiety disorder, we have that in the rehabilitation medication, what we call medication induced anxiety disorder. Use of this is, what we call the use of certain medications, or illegal drugs, or withdrawal from certain drugs that can trigger that can trigger some symptoms of anxiety disorder. Okay, so those are the major types of anxiety disorder. Before we understand how are we going to cope with, uh, how are we going to empower our mental health. Okay, so from that we have levels of anxiety. So we need to remember this. So level. Okay, so this is the level of, need only counseling. Mild anxiety. So what do you mean by mild anxiety? The symptoms may present as social anxiety or shyness, and can be experienced in early childhood through adulthood. Okay, if mild anxiety, the level, if on this level, if felt, unaddressed, mild anxiety can lead to maladaptive coping strategies or more severe mental conditions. Example of that, stage fright, shyness in speaking in public, although often described as subclinical or clinically non-significant, mild anxiety can impact emotional, social, and professional functioning. Okay, that's mild. So we have, what we call moderate anxiety. People with moderate anxiety may report experiencing symptoms, okay, such as feeling on edge, being unable to control their wrongdoings, their worrying rather, or their worries. Although moderate anxiety symptoms are disruptive, people with moderate anxiety may have success in managing their anxiety with the help of a doctor or self-help strategies. More frequent or persistent symptoms than those with, mild anxiety, but still have better daily functioning than have better daily functioning than someone with severe or panic disorder, or what they call the GAD. Okay, so we have this severe anxiety. So we're done with mild, moderate, and then now we are on severe. Okay, so severe anxiety as intensely, devastating, and symptoms of severe anxiety meet key diagnostic criteria for clinically significant anxiety disorder. So people with severe anxiety typically score higher on scales of distress, again distress, and lower on functioning. Severe anxiety symptoms also frequently co-occur with major depression, which can contribute to greater disability. So these symptoms can result in loss of work and increase health care costs. So in addition to the severe anxiety, individuals with, again, severe anxiety may turn to alcohol and drugs as a means to cope with their symptoms. Okay? So as I've said, symptoms of severe anxiety are frequent and persistent and may include increased heart rate, feelings of panic, and social withdrawal. So perceptual field reduced to one detail or scattered details cannot complete tasks, cannot solve problems, or learn effectively behavior geared towards anxiety relief, and is usually ineffective. So doesn't respond to redirection, feels awe, dread or horror, or dread or horror rather, cries ritualistic behavior. So we have in the physical aspect of severe anxiety, severe headache, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, trembling, rigid stance, vertigo, pale, tachycardia, chest pain, intensely deliberating, and symptoms of severe anxiety meet key diagnostic criteria for clinically significant anxiety disorder. Okay. So we have what we call the panic anxiety, or what we call the panic level anxiety. As in, oh, okay. So panic level anxiety or panic disorder is characterized by what? Frequent, recurring, and unexpected panic attacks. Panic attacks can include symptoms such as rapid onset of extreme fear, heart palpitations, rapid breathing, nausea or dizziness, fear of death, and panic attacks usually last around 10 minutes. So the triggers for panic attacks vary. Remember, vary from person to person, and the cause of an attack may be familiar to person or unknown. Perceptual field, like in the severe anxiety, reduced to focus on self, process why cannot process any environmental stimuli. And then there is what we call distorted perception, or loss of rational thought, doesn't recognize also potential danger, cannot also communicate verbally. Possible delusions and hallucinations may be suicidal. So in a physical symptoms, you have may bolt and run or totally immobile, and mute, dilated, open, widen pupils, increased blood pressure and pulse, flight, fight or freeze. Those are the symptoms of panic attacks. So we have levels from mild to panic. So we have mild levels of anxiety, remember. So you need to notice ourselves. So are we experiencing mild anxiety? These are the symptoms: moderate anxiety, severe anxiety, and we have panic anxiety. Of course, there are risk factor of anxiety. So we have one, the common term, the common vocabulary, we have trauma. These are the factors that, something increases the risk, no, susceptibility or the proneness, no. So sometimes, um, Risks are what we call possibilities, but we will discuss first what is trauma. So this trauma responds to a deeply distressing or disturbing event that overwhelms an individual's ability to cope. That easy to understand. No, of course we have the hazard that we're talking about. Sometimes this is what we call the factors that create the possibilities. In trauma, children who endured abuse or trauma or witnessed traumatic events are at higher risk for or a higher risk of developing an anxiety disorder at some point in life. So adults who experience traumatic events also can, develop anxiety disorders. Drugs and or alcohol, substance abuse, use or misuse or withdrawal can cause or worsen anxiety. So the symptoms, actually, the symptoms of one disorder can make the symptoms another worse. So an anxiety disorder may lead to using alcohol or other substance to self medicate or alleviate anxiety symptoms. So vices are kind of distractions and addictions are a craving for an emotionally good feeling. Okay, so having blood relatives with anxiety disorder can run in also the families. So that's hereditary. And then we have as I have said, hereditary that can make, someone more likely to develop generalized anxiety disorder. Generalized anxiety disorder is also what characterized by persistent and excessive worry about several different things. People with generalized anxiety disorder may anticipate disaster and may be overly concerned about money, health, family, or other issues. Individuals with God find it difficult to control their worry. So another factor aside from trauma, risk factor aside from trauma, risk, drugs, and alcohol and hereditary, we still have medical factors. Um, Another medical condition can lead to an anxiety disorder, such as the side effects of medications, symptoms of a disease, or stress from a serious rather underlying medical conditions that may not directly trigger the changes seen in anxiety disorder, but might be causing significant lifestyle adjustments. So you may experience pain or restricted movement. So the symptoms of one disorder can make the symptoms another worse. An anxiety disorder may lead to, using alcohol or other substance to self-medicate or alleviate anxiety symptoms, no? Okay. So we have stress build-up. So that's another risk factor of anxiety. Okay. So what do you mean by stress build-up? Being stressed out of a long period of time might increase anxiety. So from one simple stress to mild stress to major stress, that's build up. So we need to overcome the mild stress so that we can not experience the build building up of stress. Okay. So to continue, what are the myths? Sorry. To, to continue, what are the myths actually and the facts about anxiety? Okay. So we have actually we have these effects of anxiety in our physical and mental. So we have the headache, sleeping problems, you have the increased heart rate, you have the mental effects. Okay, you cannot control your own thoughts. Look at the slides, lack of concentration. No? So in physical effect, aside from headache, aside from sleeping problems, increased heart rate, you have the fatigue, excessive sweating, hyperventilation, hard of breathing. Okay. So there are myths actually of anxiety, and there are facts on anxiety, of course. Okay. So one myth is about it's all in your head. Accordingly, of course, this is a myth. Depression is all in your head. This is depression is actually a psychological and social and of course biological disorder. It's chronic and takes treatment to manage. Someone who is depressed can just shut it off or suck it up. The public only sees the emotional side of depression, like acting out or not acting like yourself. If we took time to realize that depression is a condition that causes physical issues as well, maybe we would see that depression is a real disease that takes time and treatment to manage. Another one myth is the best medicine is medicine. In medicine, lots of people think that medication such as antidepressant is the only way to treat an anxiety disorder. Of course, but it's not the case, or that's not always the case. Different things working for different people. And although medication can be a very successful treatment, the good news is many are able to manage anxiety disorders without needing medications at all. Other treatment options include cognitive behavioral therapy, or what we call based around changing thinking, attitude to behaviors and beliefs, and anxiety management relaxation techniques. Um, think also of hypo or hypnotherapy and visualization medication, the usual, and counseling and breathing exercise. People have success with both of these approaches, and often people see the best results with a combination of the above mentioned. This one's important. If you have an anxiety disorder, please don't ignore it. People with anxiety often think it will go away on its own, but without help or treatment, it can, it can often worsen. Remember that. Okay. So another myth, just wait, it will pass. It will pass. Anxiety disorder also associated with depression in 60% of cases, which may also need to be, treated by a medical professional. Although anxiety and depression rather can be as debilitating as a serious physical illness. Less than half of the people experiencing this condition seek help. So, if you or some of you or some has an anxiety disorder, it is best not to delay treatment. Everyone experiences depression in the same way. People who experience depression may have physical differences in their brains than the average person. So these differences don't always or do not always act the same way in everyone's brain. The changes in the brain plus hormone or hormonal changes can influence the severity of moods. Uh, Aside from moods, you have the thoughts and physical issues. Okay. So it's all the same time. Everyone experiences in the same way, as I have said. So we have the avoidance and the is the best policy. So in avoidance as one of the myths and about anxiety when it comes to a life threatening situations. Yes, avoidance is a good approach to take, but for those with anxiety disorder, avoiding fears like being in a crowded place or eating in public can strengthen and reinforce the anxiety. So remember the saying, you need to face your fears. Or should I say, you need to face your fears? Well, when it comes to anxiety, this can be true. Although, um, of course, it needs to be done safely and preferably with some professional guidance. So there are many success stories where people have managed their anxiety by gradually being exposed to the source of it. This allows them to cope with it and not avoid. So they no longer feel like running the other way. So, how about facts about anxiety? I hope you learn from my talk today. So, what are the facts about anxiety? Sorry. The median age of onset or for anxiety disorder is 11 years. Okay, this is fact. The separation anxiety disorder or the SIPANGs and the generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, and specific phobia were highest in the 18 to 24-year age group. So the highest for panic disorder is in the 35 to 49-year group. Remember that. Okay, let me pause so that you may reflect. So in the 50 to 64-year age group, prevalence rates decreased. They were and were always in the elderly 65 to 79 years. Why? Estimated of 275 million people suffer from anxiety disorder. 275 million people suffer from anxiety disorder. Okay. It I would like to give emphasis that anxiety, this is one of the facts about anxiety. It is a real illness. Again, it is a real illness. It affects both physical and emotional. Okay, so I'm going back to this one. It affects both physical and emotional. Remember that. Okay, so anxiety statistics, that's around 4% of the global population with a spread of between 2.5% and 6.5% of population per country. That's facts about anxiety. Okay, so look at the slide here. Some disabilities look like this. So that is physical. Okay. Some look like this. That's normal. But this is what happens to be um, physically normal but aching inside. Even if you feel like, you know, that you physically normal but you are experiencing sadness, experiencing stress, anxiety, uh, let us consider our in our subconscious being. So let us reflect on what is going inside, not always outside, because it physical and the emotional aspect of our lives are what interchangeably as World Health Organizations defines mental health. Okay, to continue, so we have um, things that we are how are we going to cope with our some of our struggle battling life situations. Even if you feel like no one in the world gets you right now, there are people who can support you. So what are you going to do? It's so easy. Value yourself. Again, hashtag you are valid. Take care of your body, eating the right kind of food, surround yourself with good people, give back. Okay. Deal with your stress. Do not escape. Do not run away from your stress. Face your fear, as I have said. Quiet your mind, reflect, meditate. Okay. You need this at least 5 minutes a day before going to sleep. Okay. Break the monotony and then avoid vices. Okay. So again, how these are the simple steps on how are we going to empower our mental health by understanding the negativities of what of the entire self we've discussed on how are we categorized stress, how are we categorized, anxiety, some struggles of life that leads to our depression. So we need to cope. So as I have said, we need to value ourselves, take care of ourselves, let us surround ourselves with good people, and then try to give some that we really some people that you know in some people that are in need of our help. Okay, so for the stress, let us face our stress and root what are the causes of our stress. Let us face, no? Okay, so we need to have quite some time or for ourselves, a meditation or meditating, at least, as I have said, 5 minutes before we go to sleep. Then break the monotony and avoid vices. Okay, I hope this will help you. Okay, so as I have said, we are not, and you are not alone. Okay, you are not alone. It's easy. It's just but normal if there is a reason to cry, to to express your feelings. But as I have said, you are not alone. Okay, because you have someone or a family to share your feelings, your emotions. You have a friends to share your burden somehow. Okay, so again, you are not alone. Again, healing is not linear. There are things that may work for you, but not for others. Again, there are things that might work for you, but not for others. Remember that. But then, again and again, as I have said, I would like to leave this to you. Before I end my talk, my hashtag for this day, just keep hashtag keep safe and hashtag keep safe. Hashtag keep safe, hashtag keep sane. Thank you for listening. Good evening, everyone. I hope you learned from my talk today.
Thank you so much, Mom Jocelyn, for that
Yes,
wonderful
ma'am.
discussion about
Thank you very
mental
much,
health.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I
Um,
hope you learned from me.
yes, we did. We have learned a lot from you. Hashtag keep safe and hashtag keep sane. And also you mentioned
Thank you,
about
ma'am.
there is no health without mental health. That is something very
Yes po.
interesting.
Yes.
And also one last key takeaway that I had is that healing is not always linear. It's not linear. So we must keep
Yes.
that in our mind. Thank you so much,
Yes,
Mom. We'll see
ma'am.
you again in the Q&A part of the program after the live quiz competition. Okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mom. Somebody is asking in the comment section how to get the e-certificate. I think Dennis Serso has given you the steps on how to get the e-certificate. But then before the end of the program, I will also be giving you on the steps, the procedure on how to get the e-certificate of this webinar. And remember, our website is www.eduigp.com. You can only collect the certificate by logging in our website. That is www.eduigp.com. And please, after collecting your e-certificate, let's celebrate together by your check-in. Please check in and let's celebrate together with IGP. Buckle up because at this juncture, we will now proceed to the most exciting and most anticipated part of this event, that is the live quiz competition. Afterwards is the Q&A part. I would like to encourage everyone to join the live quiz competition at slido.com and enter the code QuizIGP. The certificate winners will be posted in IGP's official Facebook page. We will be giving top 10 winners today for this event. Momentarily, let's enjoy this short video. Okay, I could already see participants who have joined in our live quiz competition. Please join with your full name because we are going to pick the name that you have entered at Slido for all those who will be winning this quiz competition. Okay, we have already 26 users or participants in our live quiz competition. Thank you so much, Sir Dennis, Sir, so for helping me in the comment section. We have now 31 participants. And the number is still increasing. I think the one asking about the certificate surname is, I could still remember the surname, it's Plaza. Someone with that surname is asking about the e-certificate. Okay, we have now our first question. The mental dimension of health and well-being is dynamic and subjective or relates to the ability to think and process information. And the correct answer is option number 2, relates to the ability to think and process the information. 81% of the participants were able to get the correct answer. And I have not participated, so I could not read the leaderboard on my phone. Congratulations to Januar Cindy, Cheryl Ann Infante, Ricky Colima, Marlene Gayas, and Gloria Carriaga. Question number 2. Empowering means giving people the support needed to achieve goals or maintaining the health of all people. 92% of the participants answered correctly. That is giving people the support needed to achieve a goal. Good job. And on the leaderboard, we have Januar Cindy still leading our leaderboard, followed by Cheryl Ann Infante, Rico Colima, Mylene Gayas, and Gloria Carriaga. Question number 3. Mental Health Act 2007, NSW Section 8 defines mentally ill persons or transport of person to and from mental health facilities. And the correct answer is okay. What must be the correct answer here? Let's see. I think we're having some trouble with that with Slido. Okay, let's wait for a few minutes or a few moments for Slido to come back. Okay, what's wrong with Slido, Sir Kamrul? Okay, we're having some technical issue at the moment with our quiz competition. Let's just see if we could still continue with it. I think Slido is loading. So, shall we proceed with the quiz competition or shall we proceed with the Q&A part of the program now? But I think the correct answer here is option number 2. For question number 3, the correct answer is option number 2. Transport of persons to and from mental health facilities. While waiting, you may... Okay, let's see if we could still continue. Old public health relates to educating people about the dangers of behaviors like smoking or... Okay, this is for question number 3. The correct answer is transport of persons to and from mental health facilities. Slider is continuing, but now still, again, it's loading. Yes, while waiting, you may also think of the question that you would like to give to our speaker. Now, you may also start sending your question in the comments section. Good job, Antea Tao Estrares. Okay, it's still loading. On the leaderboard, we have January Cindy, Leah Facunla, Gloria Carriaga, Maria Campos, and Cheryl Ann Infante. Okay, which of the following are risk factor for mental health problem? Incarceration and substance abuse, or social isolation and economic security? The correct answer is incarceration and substance abuse. Only 37% of the participants were able to get the correct answer. Then question number 5, the rights of people with mental health are restricted for their own good or same as everyone else? Correct answer is option number 2. They have the same rights as everyone else. Only 55% of the participants were able to get it correctly. Leia Facunla is leading our leaderboard, followed by Maria Campos, Justine Sabilio, Januar Cindy, and Sheila Parida Salapantan. Question number six, old public health relates to educating people about the dangers of behaviors like smoking or policies and practices that improve health outcomes. Correct answer is option number 2, policies and practices that improved health outcomes. 53% of the participants were able to get the correct answer. This time we have Cristina V. Del Rosario leading our leaderboard, followed by Justine Sabilio, Maria Campos, Tashi Rabten, and Isaiah Kiyangwi. Next question. Question number 7. Which are the 3 actions that improve health? Enabling, meditating, and advocating or empowering individuals, SJPS, and enabling. Correct answer is enabling, meditating, and advocating. 55% of the participants were able to get it correctly. Cristina Del Rosario is leading, followed by Justine Sabilio, Tashi Rabten, Leia Facunla, and Ricky Colima. Next question. How many categories of protective empowering are there? Is it 12 or 6? Okay, the correct answer is 6. Only 46% of the participants were able to get it correctly. And on the leaderboard, we have Justine Sabilio, Cristina Del Rosario, Rick Colima, Cheryl Ann Infante, and Tashi Rabten. Question number 9. Which section of the NSW Mental Health Act 2007 deals with the ongoing detention of a person in MH facility? Section 19 or Section 27? Correct answer is Section 19. Okay, on the leaderboard, we have Justin Sabilio, Clade May Serna, Christine V. Del Rosario, Ricky Colima, and Cheryl Ann Infante. And for our last question, question number 10, poverty is not a social determinant of poor health. Is it true or false? Sorry, Sir Sonam. I think you're having some internet problem, connectivity problem at the moment. The correct answer is false. 49% of the participants were able to get the correct answer. Okay, on the leaderboard, we have Justin B. Sabilio leading our leaderboard, followed by Clade May Serna. Next is Cristina V. Del Rosario, Ricky Colima, Cheryl Ann Infante in the fifth place. Congratulations to all of you. The top 10 quiz competition winners will receive the quiz completion certificate after our live session. So it will be posted in IGP's official Facebook page. Okay. Again, congratulations to all of you. Once again, my lovely audience, let me remind you, don't forget to like and share this event. Make sure to tag your friends in the comment box. And thank you so much for your support. Don't go away because at this moment, we will now indulge ourselves into a meaningful discussion with our lively and energetic speaker in the Q&A part of the program. You may start sending your questions now. Meanwhile, let's enjoy watching this short video. Okay, we are now back in the Q&A part of the program. Let's welcome back our speaker once again, Ma'am Jocelyn Pundavela. Hello, ma'am. You
Good
may
evening
start
once
sending.
again, the world.
Yes, may start
I'm
sending your questions now. Our first question is from Sir Flomi Salvijo. Good evening, ma'am. How can we empower someone with mental health issue? How are anxiety and fear related? There are two questions here.
okay. So thank you for your question, sir, from Flomi. Okay. As I have discussed, how are we going to empower our mental health? But your question is for someone. Okay. You need to empower yourself first so that you can have a positive outlook when dealing with someone. How are you going to empower? Of course, you need to know what is in the feeling right now. Let's say I have this kind of feeling. So you need to know the root cause. You need to know the background. You need to know the of course the present situation so that you can assess an individual. Okay. Of course, as I have said, it is not easy to handle cases. Okay. If we're going to empower someone with their mental health, let us know our capability also of handling the cases. Okay. As much as possible, as I have said, as always, in my dealings here in this platform, um, you need to have a clinical help. But if you don't have in the area, you need to handle situations like referring to authority or expert. Okay, how are anxiety and fear related? Okay, so we will start with the fear is just but common if there is a normal situations. Okay, but the prolongation, it is related to anxiety if there is what we call prolongation of the feeling. Okay, let's say there is what we call a feeling unresolved, and then there is another a negative feeling that you need to encounter, but there is an unresolved issues that the anxiety comes in. Okay, if there is a prolongation of the negative feelings, and then the development of anxiety becomes evident. Oh, what do I support? Okay, there is another question, right?
Sorry, next question is from Dennis Sarso. What do I do if the support I gave to someone with mental health problem doesn't help?
Okay. As I have said, it's really hard to give or assess individuals, right? So this is now your problem, actually. So uh, there are instances if we do counseling, actually, there are problems that we cannot have it or we cannot solve it overnight and be it. Okay. So there are problems that is we can have it, let's say, for how many dealings. Now, if it doesn't help, referral is the key. If you don't know how to handle the case and it is not work, then there's no harm in trying to other expert. So refer the individual like other expert in the field. Do not feel that you're not enough. Do not feel that you failed in dealing with it. Somehow, just like a doctor, we have a doctor that we can easily be with, and there are doctors that are not our cup of tea. So try to refer. The key is to referral system as I have advised to you. Referral.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for that wonderful
Okay.
answer. Next question is from a Facebook user. What is oppressive compulsive disorder?
Okay. I think that is obsessive. The fourth is oppressive. I
Obsessive
think that's
compulsive.
obsessive. Yeah, sorry for the correction. So that is obsessive. I think that's you're thinking as about obsessive compulsive disorder. This is
Okay.
what we call repetitive act. Like, if you wash your hands and then you forget to wash it, and you wash it again and then again and again. Or if you want to clean, let's say, one place, and you feel that it is not enough, you clean it over and over again. That's obsessive compulsive repetitive acts that makes a disorder appears. For example, putting alcohol mm, so many times, and you feel that you are not, clean. You have so many germs like that, and then you feel like, I'm not. I feel that without it, I feel like um dirty, and then you put alcohol again and again. It's a repetitive act that makes a person suffering from that kind of disorder.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Then we have a question from Sir Dennis, sir. So, when will be the right time to seek physicians' help in treating a person's mental health condition?
The question is really good, and it's really no, it's really some most of the person really, this is their problem on how are you going to refer the person if the person is suffering from whatever illnesses, mental illnesses. When will be the right time? Okay, when will be the right time? If you see that the person, as I have said, if you see that the person is suffering from the manifestation that I've discussed, remember this. If you feel the negative thing happen to the person in 2 weeks time, that's alarming. I mean i mean this is one case. If you happens to have a sleep disorder, to categorize that, at least you have 72 hours na you're not sleeping. That's alarming. So when, if you know the person 72 hours not in a good sleep, refer them. Now, if you feel that the person is look bizarre, refer them. If you look that the person is not doing the right job in a day, and in something like he or she is not, concentrating on the normal job that is expected of him, refer them. But the sign is number of hours sleep. You need to know it's the key. Again, that's the key. If you feel that the person is not, functioning well in his or her sleeping time, of course 24, 72 hours, that's alarming. So refer the person.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Next question is from a Facebook user again. Are there some
Okay.
food that can help improve one's mood and avoid anxiety disorder? This is interesting for me. Is there any food that will help improve one's mood just like what others says that chocolate helps improve
Okay. So that's basic,
one's mood?
but yes, this is basic, but we almost neglect this kind of yes, I like the yes. Okay. Of course, basic are fruits, no, fruits and vegetables, and fish. That's common. Okay, but for the sake of mood, we have ups and downs, unstable emotions, right? So if you happens to have the feeling of sadness, so you need to have more additional sugar in order to at least uplift your feeling if you're sad. But if you are on the heightened emotional state of being, you need to not to add sugar, not to eat more of chocolates. So that's in order for you not to feel that you are aggressive at the moment. So lessen or not to eat chocolates or sweet foods. Okay. If you have the feeling of anxiety level is more on, especially if it is aggressive tendencies. Of course, no need to eat like, a colored drinks, right? Those who have foods with sugar. So let us lessen that or avoid if you have the, aggressive tendency starts, if you have feeling of aggressive tendencies happens to have your anxiety attacks. If you have the panic attacks, um, no, I recommend no sugar at all. Only less, colorless drink. That's the, that's that's my, that's my, uh, what do you mean by that? My suggestion for the food intake.
Okay, thank
I
you so
love to
much,
answer
mom.
the questions. The questions are
Yes.
really timing, and the questions are really, helping uh, one another to understand the basic of mental health.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you so much,
ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you. According to Sir Dennis Sarso, thank you so much, ma'am. It has been a very fruitful webinar. Thank you. That ends
Thank
our
you,
Q&A part
IGP.
of the program. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for all the knowledge that you have shared to us in this session. Well, that completes the Q&A part. On behalf of the whole IGP team, together with all the participants, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for the valuable knowledge that you have shared to us tonight, Mom Jocelyn, and also for
Thank
sparing
you.
your time with us. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mom. Thank you.
Thank you, world.
Thank you, ma'am. To all the participants who actively participated in the Q&A part of the program, thank you so much for your questions. I hope you have gained huge understanding of today's webinar. Thank again to Ma'am Jocelyn. Thank you so much for gracing our event today. This has been a fruitful and rewarding day because of our dynamic speaker. To my fellow knowledge seekers, I would like to thank all of you for attending today's session. Let me thank all of you for being so active and participative. Hopefully, you have learned something new today that will be useful in your life. And the beautiful thing about learning is nobody can take it away from you. Let's now proceed to the certification process. Okay, our code for today is IGP 5958. Again, our code for today is IGP 5958. Remember, don't forget to collect your e-certificate after the session and give a check-in with ITP. You may collect it from our website or through the link mentioned in this event. Okay, our code for today is IGP 5958 and it's webinar number 945. To collect your e-certificate, please go to www.igp.eduigp.com. Make sure to log in using your account, or if you're new, please create an account and then click free webinars. Choose today's webinar date and title, then click enroll now. After getting enrolled, enter the code and then click get your certificate. Your e-certificate will be auto downloaded to your device. Another thing, I would like to invite everyone to IGP's official Facebook page, because if you have questions or queries regarding IGP and about the e-certificates, and you may post it in IGP's official Facebook page. The CSR team and IGP's facilitating officials will be happy to help you and answer those queries. If you have learned something new that or we have been helpful to you, even just in a little bit, please leave a review on our page, that is Institute of Global Professionals. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to our Facebook page, Facebook group, and YouTube channel. Please spread the information about IGP to your friends and to your community. Well, that concludes our program for today. To all the IGP Free International webinar participants, thank you so much for your unwavering support, and for your staying with us. Thank you for your active participation and engagement. And remember, IGP is always here to render you our best service. To Team IGP, good job for another successful live session. This has been a worthwhile event and rewarding experience for all of us. We hope to see you all again in our upcoming webinars that will be tomorrow morning. All things work together for good to those who love God and to those who are called according to His purpose. Again, this has been your host, Maribeth from the Philippines, signing off. Thank you so much. Stay happy and stay safe. To God be the glory. Bye, everyone.